At expressing fractions as division, fractions as mixed numbers, and mixed numbers as decimals. This is 3.4, and if you want, this was workbook page 107, and it's we're going to be looking at problem 4 and 5 because that has us do all of these things. So first, let's look at expressing fractions as division. So I have 7 divided by 2. Well, the first number is always my numerator. And the second number is always the denominator, so the order matters. So now I can put it into a fraction. So it's 7 divided by 2. Let's look at another one. 9 divided by 4. So which number is always the numerator? You're right, the first one. Which number is your denominator? The second one. Got it? Okay, let's move on. Now we're going to express that fraction. Now that we have our fraction, so we have our 7 divided by 2, we got it into our fraction. Well, remember what we've been talking about in class? Anytime the number on top is bigger, that means we have more pieces than we have our whole. The bottom number says that we have 2 pieces makes a whole. So I need to make this into, if I have my pizza, and I need 7 pieces. So here's 1, 2. Well, that tells me for every 2 slices, it's a whole. So I have 2 over 2. That equals 1 whole piece. Well, I'm not done. I have 7 pieces. 3, 4. Oh, I got another 2 over 2. That's another whole. But I'm not done. 5, 6. Oh, that's another whole. 2 over 2. That's another whole. But I'm not done. I need 7. I'm up to 6. So this time I have my pizza, but I'm only having, this is 7. So now I have 1 over 2. So when I make it over a mixed number, I have 1, 2, 3 whole pieces and a half left over. Another way to do it, some people like to do this in their head. They say, well, how many times can 2 go into 7? 2, 4, 6. It goes in 3 whole times, 6, with 1 little piece left over. No, you might get it either way. I get 3 and 1/2. Let's try another one. Remember earlier we did 9 divided in 4 gave us 9/4. Well, we have more on top. So we can simply say, how many wholes can I get out of this? Well, 4 can go into 9 how many times? Well, 4, 8. Oh, it goes in twice. So I have 2 wholes. Well, that's only 8 slices, but I need 9. So there's 1 left over. Don't change that number. 2 and 1/4. So I was able to express a fraction as a mixed number. Great, let's move on. Now I'm expressing a mixed number as a decimal. So I have this mixed number. Well, think of it like this. If I want to get it into a decimal, I need to know my place values. I have my ones, my tenths, and my hundredths. Don't forget tenths, hundredths. Anything on this side of the decimal starts with tenths, hundredths. Well, just like I do before, I need to get a common denominator. Well, I either need to make it into a tenths or a hundredths. In this case, I know that 2 can go into 10, so I'm going to get a common denominator for tenths. So 2 times what is going to get me to 10? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2 times 5 gets me to 10. Well, whatever I do down here, I have to do up here. So I'm going to go 1 times 5 equals 5. Well, now I have 5 tenths. Well, I can write it in as 5 tenths. Oops, don't forget this guy. He's the whole. He's my ones place. I have 3 and 5 tenths. So I write it as 3 and 5 tenths. So my decimal is 3.5. Let's try that again. Remember 2 and 1/4? Well, how do I turn it into a decimal? Same thing, I got to find a common denominator. Well, it either needs to be a 10 or a hundredths. So can 4 go into 10? 4, 8, 12. Nope, can't go into 10, so we're going to do hundredths. Now, I'm going to show you a trick. This could be scary, but think of this. How many quarters do I need to get $1? 4 quarters, right? So I know that 4 times 25 cents equals $1. So, whoops, whatever I do down here, I do up here. So 1 times 25 is 25 hundredths. I turn this now, I can just simply put it into my place value. I have 25 hundredths. So I'm going to rewrite it. But don't forget this guy. Don't forget my whole. I have 2 and 25 hundredths. 2 and 25 hundredths. Okay, you can rewatch it and practice. And let me know if you have any questions. Have a good day.